Hey, welcome to Sunday morning, loosely speaking, morning coffee. Welcome to our Sunday live stream. It is the evening. Thank you for joining me. I actually have some peach tea this evening. So cheers in my Elvis mug. Nice to see you. Let's do a sound check here. Got my earpiece in, so hopefully it won't go crazy wild in your ear here. Oh, good. All right. Our conversation tonight is going to be focused on the aftermath of the solstice. So it has been a very busy week this week, energetically. It has been a wild ride, at least energetically for me. And I'm sure many of you empaths have felt it as well. We had our solstice here on Thursday, and then on Friday, bam, full moon energy vibes. And it feels it still feels a little shaky. So it's kind of like we had a wild party for like 2 days. We were all binging. And then Saturday, we tried to come back to life. And now today, we're finally getting our sea legs again. It's kind of like a hangover. It really is an energetic hangover. That's how it feels. So welcome to Sunday. You made it. Congratulations. We are actually going to be winding down this month of June. Happy Pride Month to all my friends. Nice to see you. Nice to have you here. So let's talk a little bit about this energy, what this means, what energetic hangovers or the aftermath of energetic significant events or things like astrology, like high holy days, like the solstice or others, etc. What that means to us or for us or what it could mean for us, okay? All right. There's a lot coming up around relationship. There's a lot coming up for old patterning. Old patterns are going to be amplified. That last little bit of mud that's on the tires, you got to kick a little harder to get it off. That's kind of what it feels like, this kind of aftermath piece. And that's not fun. We actually had a couple of days here. I live in Minnesota in the Midwest. Many of you know that. But for those of you who don't, hey, this is where I live. And we had a bunch of rain for the last couple of days, and the river flooded. And so we went in town, and there was flooding through where the swans are. If you follow my TikTok, you know that I go to the swans, go walk by the swans, and it's a favorite place of mine, and it was all flooded over there. They're okay. They're fine. But they had to close down one of the major roads because there was some concern about the bridge flooding out. And it was interesting. It was a dynamic, energetic kind of a couple of days with the haziness of the rain and the humidity. And it was interesting. And this morning got up early and then went out down into town, and it was sunny and like a whole new energy was present. And there was this coolness in the air, but with the sun, there was this balance of energy, and there was water everywhere. So there was the water element, and in excess, which is traditionally a very feminine element, a very healing agent, very much about flow and helping us to kind of let go and just go with the flow to help us clear and release. In this instance, with the flooding, it's an excess of water. It could be an emotional connection for you. It could be the water element could be heart-based energy for you, kind of really flaring up this last week. It could be that. But then with the combination of the sun and solar energy coming in here, there definitely is a balancing factor. So that solar energy can also sometimes, for many people, can represent a masculine essence or energy, like the water can represent female or feminine. So there's a balancing there of the both and, right? Not either or, who's more in charge, who's more powerful. I'd say maybe this time it was the water element. Let me just say she wins that one, I think. But the sun solar energy comes out and kind of freshens, puts a fresh perspective, and it's not so gloomy or dreary or intense. It's now the water is starting to kind of come back and the sun is coming out and there's this freshness. So that is also too the way the solar energy shows up in our lives. It comes out and kind of creates a new perspective, a brighter days or a shine to things. And it can also present with clarity. It can show us like a spotlight, give us some clarity. It can show us what is really there, because we can get all wrapped up in the energy of things like this last week, all the things that are happening, one thing after another. And for me, I had breakdowns in relationships and communication. And then I had some amplification of needs and desires and just a real contrast in what has been lived versus what has yet to be lived. So what has been versus what has yet to be. And this place in this middle point, which is like that point, that dot right in the center of the lemniscate of the infinity sign, that point, that dot, we've talked about this before, that dot is you, that dot is me, that dot is us and our alignment and what makes sense for us right here, right now. You are a different person than you were maybe even last week. And you are going to be a different person next week than you were today. You have to be, because you're constantly changing. Your physical body is changing, whether you like it or not. And energetically, you are also evolving and shifting and shedding and growing and changing as well. Not quite as obvious, and sometimes extraordinarily frying pan in the face obvious. So there's this opportunity right here and now for this contrast. And there was such a big tidal wave of energy with that solstice, that solar energy, also connecting into your sun chakra, your belly button. And that you could see, and you will see, I think, moving ahead with, I'm getting vibrations of leadership energy, like this very narrow focus, this very laser focus of leadership or leadership energy, and this like make a beeline for this, hurry, get to the finish line quickly, because there's this sense of urgency that's starting to come globally, collectively, it feels like, from this solstice and full moon. There's this sense of urgency, this like, hurry up, get to the end, hurry up before everybody figures it out, hurry up before people know that I just grabbed the bag of caramels and I'm running down the street with it and they can't make those caramel apples because I got the caramels and I'm just gonna run as far away from them as I can before they even know that I took the caramels, and they're not going to be able to make caramel apples because I took the caramels. And what am I going to do with the caramels? Well, I'm going to eat them. They're going to be for me. They're mine. I got them. I'm not going to use them as a bargaining chip or a power tool. I'm just going to take them, and then they're going to disappear, and nobody's going to know they're inside me, that I have them and that they're mine. And I'm just going to act like I never took the caramels. Do you see what I'm saying? Like there's this feeling of I can get away with things right now is how it feels. And that's going to be a problem with our global leaders and with our businesses, especially because we need some people to be a little more ethical than they have been in the past. People who are in positions of power, whether that be in nonprofit organizations, whether that be politicians, whether that be people who are in businesses, people especially developing technologies, people in kind of the cutting edge industries of things. Please, let's make sure we are in our own personal individual lives being as ethical in alignment as we can be with what is for us here and now. not going on to the side of fear and stockpiling stuff. Okay. We don't need to start saving toilet paper or water. Okay. If we start doing that, we're going to amplify fear. Then we're going to push this like greedy, I'm in charge, I need to take care of everything, I'm going to be a dictator energy over. We're going to topple that over into the, yeah, this is what has to happen because all the rest of us are freaking the fuck out. So don't go into the fear zone, okay? We have to stay within ourselves, which means it's time to amplify your personal care, be healthy, get healthy if you're not. Stop worrying about what's wrong with you. Start focusing on what's right with you. Start doing the simple things like do the daily quotes, write in your journal positive affirmations, stuff that is so basic and simple so that you are amplified in good vibes. And it's that important. That is a building block. That is a building block that you're making to help support what we are creating in the world. Not making a wall, not creating a big wall and a moat around protecting everything because we're so afraid. But the way that we protect is that we open ourselves up to caring for ourselves in a way that we are beautiful eminence of light. And how do we amplify our light quotient? We eat well, we do our vitamins, we do our doctoring in a healthy way, preventative measures, not fear-based, positive things. We take our walks, we do our breathing exercises, we do meditation, we do movement. If you like your dance class, go to your dance class. If you like your Tai Chi, do your Tai Chi. Those things, that's what it takes. It takes you doing your part. That's your part. That's you making your building block to put on the foundation of what is coming next. And if you choose to go into a place of fear, dig yourself a hole in the ground, create a bunker, then you're preparing and helping to create a devastating what's next. So you want to focus this aftermath energy from this solstice and from this full moon into what you can do. What you can do is you. It is on you. It is on you. It's what you can do. How are you showing up in the world? How are you showing up for your friendships? How are you showing up at your job? Even if you hate it, if you have friends that you don't like or that aren't like the nicest people or not as nice to you and you feel like, okay, let me fix this hair. It feels kind of messy. Aren't cheering you on and encouraging you and supporting you and telling you the truth at the same time, but they just need you to be all caught up in their drama. Those are not the people that you need in your life right now. Okay. Those are not the people you need. You got to be in alignment with the energy of the light that you have and what you have to offer. I got to fix this hair. It's going to drive me nuts. I know it's really straight up. I got it cut this week and I didn't get it cut short enough. So it's pretty sticking up pretty high. Although I did get it cut short enough to be able to wear it down. If you see me on TikTok, you know what I'm talking about. Hey, nice to see you. Stay away from the drama. The amplification of, oh, everything's so bad. Oh, it's awful. Oh my God, did you hear what happened to so-and-so? Oh my God, did you see what happened? Oh my God, oh, it's so bad. Oh, it's so bad. That's the collective equivalent of bless your heart. So empaths, do not be snowed. Don't get the wool pulled over your eyes. Don't turn the other cheek to ignore the power that you have as an empath, which is get into alignment. Peeps, come on. Get grounded. Connect with those trees. Get into the root systems in the earth and amplify the grid goodness. Get organic. Eat healthier, okay? Just do the things that raise your vibration because that is going to make a difference for you. It's going to make your relationships better. It's going to make your relationships with your kids better, with your parents, whether you have unfinished business from afterlife energies, whether you are facing something challenging for yourself in this timeline, in this lifetime now. I know I know. I'm like the queen of that, okay? Yeah, I'm the queen of it. I get it, you know? I know. But I also know you. And the reason why you're here on Above Life channel and listening to me talk on our Sunday morning coffee podcasts is because you need the reminder. It's because you know that it's all about you and it's all in you. You're filled with light. You're filled with light, even on the days that you feel like shit and can't get out of bed. I had a rough week this week. I was really down. There were 2 days where I thought, oh my God, one day I slept for almost 17 hours. And today I woke up and I was able to break whatever kind of funky energies I was in. And it literally lasted from Wednesday evening until Saturday, yesterday at some point, it broke. So I know stuff happens. And promise me this, that you will think of this as temporary. This is temporary, this energy, the way you feel. So if you feel great, it's temporary. So really enjoy it, okay? Savor it, okay? And if you feel like shit, it's temporary. It's temporary. And I, as a soul, need you here. I'm going to tell you that right now. I need you here. And there's a lot of people on Above Life channel that are connected to our videos that also need you here because we are a community. And we're not a community in like the intellectual human sense. We're a community in a soulful sense, in an energetic essence sense. We're sharing a grid. When you're here and listening to this, you're sharing a grid. You're connected to something that's greater than you. That's part of me. And I'm connected to something that's part of you. Like our root systems are commingled right now. And I think that's pretty beautiful. That's pretty beautiful. So just suck up that goodness from those roots and that energy and bring it into your body and come right into alignment right here, right now, and start taking better care of yourself. Okay. Can you do that for me? That would be really great. Just something little, do something little that is good for yourself. Maybe start talking nicer to yourself. Maybe write some Post-it notes down with some words that make you feel good or some quotes that make you feel good. Okay, do something like that. All right, because I want you to move through your day, walk through the world with reminders of how important it is that you are here, how special it is that you are a soul that has incarnated in a body, because it's not easy. And I'm really proud of you for doing that. And I'm really thankful to you for doing that. And I'm really glad you did that, because if you didn't do that, I wouldn't be here doing this. So I appreciate you. I appreciate you. All right. Hi, chat. Nice to see you. Thanks for showing up in the evening here. This morning I got up early and I went into town and checked out all the water, and I took some gorgeous pictures, which I'm posting on TikTok. So you'll see those on Above Life channel TikTok. I will also try to post some on Facebook on Above Life channel. I am just now starting to go back to my Instagram. It's slowly, but I'm trying. Okay. It's not like every day on Instagram. I try to do every day on Facebook, every day on TikTok. So we'll see. Hey, good evening. Nice to see you. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Nash. Nice to see you. Hey, Deja. Nice to see you. Hi, Temple. Nice to see you as well. Oh, thank you. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Yeah, I feel pretty good right now, but I also have been able to chat with a wonderful friend of mine today. And so, oh, it makes me feel good, just having those connections. We had a really deep spiritual conversation, and God, I love those things. I love them. I love them. I love them. Plus, I've been listening to some really great podcasts. So these are tips that I will share with you from time to time on Facebook. And that is positive inputs, what I call positive inputs. Simple concept. You can pretty much figure out what it means. It means make a choice to put something in that is good, that makes you feel good, or that is interesting. So, like, if you're really having a rough day and you're like, I cannot get out of this funk, don't watch Netflix. It's probably not going to be the positive input I'm talking about. Now, from time to time, especially if you watch something with Melissa McCarthy, you can laugh like Tammy. Oh my God. And laugh and, and appreciate that. But what I'm really talking about is like a podcast that like helps you to understand something about what you're feeling inside because you're such an empath, right? So that would be like an astrology podcast, like Chani, Chani, or Mindy McCord, for example. There's lots of other ones as well that you might find inspiring that gives you some insight. And why astrology? Because it's about energy. Okay. I don't know much about astrology. I can tell you if you really want to know. I looked this up for my friend today. My son is Aquarius. My rising and my moon are Aries. So my rising sign and my moon sign are Aries. And I was born under Aquarius. So there you go. If you are an astrologer and you want to tell me all about myself, go ahead. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. Mm-hmm. But a positive input could be something like, I don't know, like a Mayim Bialik podcast. Like she has a podcast called Breakdown, or maybe you like Mel Robbins, or maybe you, oh my gosh, there's so many people. Next Level Soul. That's an interesting one. That's a very spiritual one. Next Level Soul. One of my friends out in New Jersey, she turned me on to that podcast. That's a pretty decent one. There's a lot of interesting, like they talk about near-death experiences. They talk about to psychics. They talk about past lives. They talk about all sorts of interesting things as well. There's just a whole host of things that you could use as an input, like a podcast type vibe. So, and you can get those for free, right? You can get those for free. Just make sure that it's a positive thing, not a dramatic thing that's going to like lower your energy, but that's going to increase your energy. It's going to get you off a negative topic and onto something more curious and positive and hopeful and inspiring as well. Okay. Same with music. Right? Music, it's vibration, it's energy, it harmonizes, it helps to shift your mood, right? And just like how they have music in like cycling classes or in dance classes, it totally sets the tone, doesn't it? So choose your music wisely with the input, what you're listening to. The words do matter, my friend. The words do matter. So try really hard when you're feeling kind of low, not to do the broody, moody music. I know you're going to be tempted to, because why? Like attracts like, and you're going to be drawn into what is you can relate to. But I'm going to request that you maybe start a little playlist for yourself on your Spotify or what have you that has some positive songs, music that you know will shift your mood up. Shift it up a little bit. It could be something instrumental. It could be like Enya's Sail Away. It could be some Josh Groban, Believe from the movie Polar Express, which I freaking love that movie. And that like always makes me feel so good. Or it could be today. Oh my gosh. I was walking. Yes, I've been cracking 3 miles. Thank you. High five on that. Yes, I have been cracking 3 miles. The next thing I'm going to do, you can see my arms are a little floppy, is this one's hard though, because this side is the rough side right now. This is the side that's still really weak. So I have to work on it, but I'm going to start doing some more weights again because I can't go too high, but I can go repetitive, more lower weights, more reps I can do. That's what the doctor said. So, but I was walking and I was listening to, I don't know, like, should I actually tell you what song I was listening? I should, because it's really funny. You guys are going to, it's like, Back That Ass Up, I think is the song that I was listening to. I can't think of who sings it. It's like literally like, like music. I was listening to it. I was walking. I was like, back that ass up. And all of a sudden, I'm like, did I hit it with my hand? Did I click it on my ear? I don't know what happened. I'm walking like normal. and the song switches. I did get a good half the song in, okay, so don't worry, I got my groove on there, yeah, I got my groove on. Can you imagine me as a rapper? Like, I must have been one in a former life. I would have been so good. So good. So good at it. But I'm walking, and all of a sudden, it shifts, and it shifts to angels among us. Like, country, I don't know who is it, like Alabama or something that sings that, like, I believe there are angels among us, sent to watch over us. They come to you and me in our darkest hour. They teach us how to live, teach us how to give. Yeah, like that. Okay, I'm not going to sing because I'm going to spare you, because then I will lose lots of subscribers if I do that. But all of a sudden, I switch from back that ass up to angels among us. I'm like, really? Really? And I had just been thinking about a client of mine, a long-term client that I loved so much and how much I missed her. I've missed her so, so much. And how I found out she crossed over, this was a couple years ago. And she was such a Freddie Mercury fan, and I just miss her so much. She was such a sweet, wonderful person. And I was thinking about her, and all of a sudden, this Angels Among Us song comes on. I'm like, thank you. I said, thank you, Marita. Thank you. So this is how connection works. This is how soul to soul connection works. This is how music and positive inputs like great podcasts, or maybe Audible, maybe you're reading a great book or listening to some really inspiring stories. The Olympics is coming up. Maybe that will inspire you as well. Those kinds of things. Let's bring that into our diet energetically. Okay, let's bring stuff like that in. All right. And then together, all of us, we will raise our vibration. And that's important, because then it's easier to be more motivated and inspired to do the things you have to do, not necessarily the things you want to do, but the things you need to do. The higher vibration you have, the better you're going to be able to move through your daily activities, and then you'll make room for things that are really truly inspiring for you, whether it be writing that book you've been working on, whether it be starting that new yoga water aerobics class, or whatever it might be for you, planning a new road trip before the end of the summer. Those kinds of things that just really will bring you joy and give you things to look forward to and to focus on, again, that are positive inputs. I really strongly recommend that. All right. So thank you so much for being here, my friends. I hope I've inspired your spirit and filled you with some hope today on our Sunday evening coffee here on Above Life channel. I look forward to connecting with you tomorrow. I'm going to have to get up early because I got a client in the morning as well, which is great, but a surprise as far as the timing, because I didn't book it off, which is fine. So I don't know if I'm going to be early tomorrow, like at 9 or 10 with you guys, or if I'm going to be at like noon or after. I'm not sure. You'll have to wait and see. I'll post and see. And I'll post and let you know. So thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a fabulous day. Bye for now.